shift, how did you do this? Can't believe how perfect this universe is. God, Chandler, you got it right. Let's go out into the starry night. Now keep me strong, keep me safe, keep me always in your grace. Keep me free, keep me whole. Thank you for my blessed soul and my disorganized religion.
Do you think that we're a typical mother and daughter?
I don't think so. According to the people that have met us and seen us together, I don't think so. People tell me that they wish they had a relationship with their kids the way that I do with mine. I just feel so lucky. I think it's very special, and I had a special relationship with my mom. I don't know how to be any other kind of mom.
I knew of Chris. She was represented by another local gallery, and I had seen her work and always loved it. And actually, when I had opened up the gallery, I had mentioned to some people that I would absolutely love to have her work here. It was a great fit for our gallery because it's very contemporary. And but because of the fact that she was already represented by another gallery in the area, I didn't pursue it at all at that time. And shortly thereafter, there were some changes made. The other gallery began to represent some other artists, and there were just changes in terms of what they were going to be carrying and showing. And so I had the opportunity to bring Chris's work in here, and we were really happy about that.
The fact that she's not simply somebody who works on watercolor. I mean, her oil works are fairly refined in some of them, and that shows also that she's got quite a breadth of, I guess, capacities as an artist. She's not somebody that you can simply bind into a boundary box. I mean, she's able to do quite a number of different types of art. So.
Chris is a great person, and so she's got a very, very generous spirit, very nurturing nature. She's someone who's very interesting and yet also very interested in what's going on in other people's lives and in the world. And I think that is a strong element within her work, and I feel that that is why so many people connect to what she's doing as an artist.
You've no idea what you're doing, do you?
Last August, Pat Sani, a model for life drawing classes, and I started a movement that we call Zakar. And we started going to restaurants and pubs in the Pennsylvania area where there was live music playing. Pat would model and I would paint. And the collaboration of those three elements of the live music, the moving model, and an artist painting became known as Zakar.
Chris and I met last spring, a little over a year ago, at a figure drawing marathon. She was an artist there and I was modeling, and I did some live movement figure studies, and she just loved it, and we just clicked and continued working together. There's a wonderful energy exchange between the artist and model if the model's really a muse as opposed to kind of an advanced still life. And I was very aware of the difference and appreciated what was happening between the artist and the model. And I thought it would be wonderful to share that more with other people, to see the difference in the muse and to also see the complete interaction between the artist and the muse. And so I thought it would be great if we could set it to work with musicians, live musicians, and do it in a public setting.
I think that there's a lot of movement in it, and the fact that it's simple makes it get inside me more. Do you know what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can feel it when I look at it. And there's a lot of personality in each one of the figures, you know?
The title of the show that's coming up for her is called The Dance, not because of the Zakar collaboration. It's really a matter of the way in which she does her strokes, because she's not content with it just being a stagnant presentation. She has to make it a matter of movement and motion and a process.
I tried giving up painting. I threw away all my materials 3 times. And I would just find myself painting again. People hated my work. And I just kept doing it. Painting was the one thing that I couldn't do at all. I'm terrible at color. I don't pay any attention to all the rules. When people talk about the triangle and all these methods that they learn in classical art training, I've forgotten all of that. I never paid attention to it. I've just always painted intuitively, whatever felt right. And I'm trying to learn about color, but the next day I forget everything I learned about it, because when I paint, I'm not in a brain zone. Two things really turned it around. Death of my mom. She gave me such a gift. She always supported what I did. She gave me the gift of the morning visions as she was sick. Never before had I seen a whole painting painted before I did it. And as she was dying, and we were spending all that time with her, and just seeing her give so much. I mean, she just gave so much to everybody. I'm never gonna waste my time painting something somebody else wants me to paint. She's given me this opportunity to be a painter that I might be, and who is that? Who is that? What did I want to do? I always wanted to dance. I always wanted to dance. Or play honky-tonk piano, or jazz saxophone. If I ever wanted to be anything, those were the things I wanted to be. And here was a bad painter. And in talking, that's why we went to Barcelona, because we talked about the adventures we had together, and I'd never had an adventure with you. So we did that, and it was great. And just following the things that inspired me I thought, how can I give out to people the way my mother was giving to everybody around her, the people that washed her, the people that brought pain to her because they were trying to help her, but she was grateful for their help. And the way was to be the best painter I could be at this point, and only to paint from the things that moved me, and to share that with the world, and maybe inspire somebody else to be able to find that balance, because there were too many people unbalanced everywhere. And it felt like it was a secret inside of me that it was my addiction that ought to be able to help other people somehow. And these morning visions kept pounding at me, which is where a lot of these things came from. And that's when I started painting. The circles came back into my life. The movement came back into my life. Dance came back into my life. All of a sudden, people were responding to my paintings and liking them and being excited by them. And it was the same kind of work I did 30 years ago before I stopped doing it, to learn how to draw dogs and draw the most awesome perspective architectural renderings that anybody had seen, because I love math. I mean, everything is a mathematical solution to me. All this is math. So I learned how to do all those things, and everyone else was happy except for me.
so much. That was the last gift that my mom gave to me was my freedom to paint like this, which gives me such joy. That's my mom going up into vanishing into the bright white light. And that's a painting I'll never sell.
At my school is just kind of like, oh, your mom's so cool. She does this and that and that. And, like, it's my mom.
I don't know, I'm so proud of her for this show. I'm so ridiculously proud. Like, I've been jumping up and down to get to this show.
I just thought it should have happened sooner. I
kind of...
She keeps instilling this thing that's in order and chaos, and I guess finally things are in order a little bit.
It's unique. It's different. And it's improved a lot.
Yeah.
It's to express her feeling at the moment and to share it with others. And that's what she's doing here.
Yeah.
Expressing what's no doubt is deep in her heart. And that's she wants to pass that on to others. And I think she does a good job.
Do you like it?
I like it. Parts of it. Some don't turn me on at all.
Yeah.
But I think that's true of any art.
This is the first time that I'm up on the walls. I've had solo shows before, but it was artwork that I painted for other people, for other people's sensibilities, and this is me, like it or not. So it's pretty exciting.
All right, thank you all for listening and coming out and supporting Chris at her show. It's my pleasure to be here. Thanks a lot for asking me to play.
Keeping my eyes on the road this time around, keeping my hands pressed to the wheel. Something so strange as a woman has got me down. Ain't gonna be your day. Driving tonight, just to ease my mind.
Triple threat.
In his mood,
I'm done and gone with that one.
dangerous guy. There was a time when I never got when it's suicide time. Years would go by.